Hi. Are we live? Very nice. Hello, everyone. Today, what are we gonna do today? Bomb. Well, let me just set everything up. Wait for everyone to come. No homo. Yes, it's working. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Very, very, very nice. There is that, and then here. Then we are done. Oh wow. Oh wow. Well, all right. I think it's unveil. Time to unveil. So should I should probably do this. Oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't stream when there is an actual OWC match going on. But anyway, hi everyone. Hi everyone. How is it going? I hope you guys are all right. Or is it just an OWC just ended, so it's the perfect time because people are tuning out of OWC and then they are watching us. Hungary, best team. Well, maybe not the best in skill, but in our hearts, truly. USA won? Well, who would have fucking thought? They probably are just insane at this point. Alright. Not that they didn't? What? Okay, I'll have to catch up on that. No! It's not over. Oh, I see. Well, as you guys can see, I can... Fucking pain, man. As you can see, we have a iceberg here that we are going to look at today. And, well, it's a very interesting iceberg because it is Hungarian edition. You know, we have seen some on Twitter, like Brazilian, Argentine icebergs, but our own little small country also has an iceberg at this point. And as you can see, it's very detailed. We have Sushi the cat, we have Euphoric, Tornado, Cringe Peak, Verto. I don't even know what are these, but I mean, I know what these are. We will have to explain it along the way, I guess. So, shall we begin? Let's start with the top, I suppose. You know, you can see this cute little cat. The backstory, well, it's on the top, so you won't get any disturbing facts. So this is Sushi, the cat. It's a Retina O's cat, as you can see. Here, it's a stupid cat, but very cute. I mean, look at that face. This picture is from the Limu edit, you know. There is the Limu difficulty in some of... how is that mapper called? Oh, it's probably Limu. Is it? Or is it not? How is that mapper called? Well, if you are watching this in a video, you will probably see it in the screen, but for the stream it's freezed. Don't worry about it. We will get there. So this cat is basically one of the top Hungarian players' cat, and the second one as well. But except the second one is Vogue. Yeah, but it's adoptive of no title, and the cat is edited on that position as the lemur. Oh yeah, the juicy lemur. Yeah, and there is a background with the cat edited in the same position, you know, this as the lemur. Except the lemur and this sushi cat doesn't poke, I guess. But anyway, let's start. We have went over the cat situation. Like he sometimes posts the cat, and it's the cat is very cute, but you know it's a mischievous creature. It's actually perfect. It is. Hagyma csípős sakkucossza. Well, this is from one of the Hungarian OC events when we went into a pub, and sorry, I'm a pig. And we actually, well, we were talking about a lot of things, and one of the guys mentioned the story that you know, the Turkish kebab guys, he always says this, hagyma csípős sakkucossza, because they are going to understand clearly, you know. I thought it was the Mehet Baladi Knoop clip. I mean, probably there is some connection. There's a reason why it's there. And basically that's that was it. There was some Discord icons created for this, and it actually inspired me to make a video about my kebab experiences on my second channel. Go check them out. Either this much out of content or what's going on here, but what do you mean this is prime content? What tell me then what should I do? Judgment. What should I stream? Huh? Gameplay. Who the fuck plays this game anyway at this point? But let's move on. Yeah, the Higurus stream technique. OVCT part. Yeah, OVCT OWC City Part 3. Yeah, I should have gotten that into it, but sorry, that's just, you have to do some deep dive. That's even below this. Oh, or do you mean I should make the OWCT Part 3? Wow. Let's move on. So the Higurus stream technique is basically about a video that was really popular. Well, it's not really popular, but it has above 100k views. So it's... Why am I even wearing this? So the video has like above 100k views. So I would say it's somewhat popular, and it's a very old video. Back in the days when there were like no guides, no nothing about OS. There was no OS content creators or anything, basically. Back when Happy Stick was the biggest OS streamer. So this guy, who was actually the top one in Hungary at the time, made a stream guide video, which was, well, it didn't age well. Well, actually, it aged really well in a way, because Double Tap just made a huge comeback, I guess. 2012 or 2013 or some shit. Yes, it's pretty old. Also, his score scheme has some. Oh! I didn't catch that. Well, we're probably not gonna feature that in this stream, because even though it's on YouTube, YouTube is a very strange place. So basically, this Higurus guy is just made this stream guide, and it's basically, most of it is cheesing, double tapping, mashing, so it didn't really age well. Except if you consider that Hidamari no Uta is like, it's basically a guide for Hidamari no Uta. So yeah, basically that's it. Lexion Minecraft Let's Plays. Well, Lexion is a fairly high ranked player in Hungary, and his dark past is basically Minecraft Let's Plays, because he's a zoomer, so obviously he's going to have some Minecraft Let's Play dirt on him. But basically that's it. It's not much of a secret. That's why it's in the top layer. Fairly high ranked. I mean, okay, you don't have to think about top 100. That's for Hungarian standards, all right. We have a different standards for fairly high ranked players. But anyway, moving on. Finktam. No, nem finktam most. Ez most az entry. But anyway, this is about a New Year's Eve when the entire hashtag Hungarian chat just spammed Finktam, which means I farted into the Hungarian in-game chat in Oath. And well, that was also a giveaway. Everyone who wrote it on New Year's Eve, exactly at 12 a.m. Would be in a Oath supported giveaway. And actually I got the draw. I won the supporter, but I never received it, so kurva nyetlek. But anyway, moving on. Pending Hungarian maps. Well, we thought that this doesn't really deserve to be too low, because pending Hungarian maps is basically every country has their own pending maps, and well, some of them are wild, some of them are really interesting, but otherwise there is no disturbing or hidden meanings behind them. They are just pending maps, and they exist kinda. But some of them are really some some pretty good gems. I mean, the Buga Buga Choo Choo map was also a pending Hungarian map for a while. So yeah, let's move on to the next line, layer 2. Mosvan Hungarian lineage. Well, Mosvan is a Canadian guy, also fairly high ranked compared to Hungarian standards. I have to make that clear. And he's basically like was sort of active for a while in Hungarian discords and chats, because he's part Hungarian supposedly, and he knew some Hungarian as well. But otherwise he's just a Canadian guy who has some Hungarian heritage. What do you mean that 9-star Zambogini map is ranked worthy? Of course it is. No, it's actually too good for ranked. That's why it's not. Oh yeah, the base boosted one. Amazing. 6-7 digit communities. Yeah, well, there are some it's very interesting, because there are some 6 and 7 digit communities in Hungary that's like so far removed from the core community that even the top players who supposedly know every active member of the Oath Hungarian community, even we don't know about these kind of smaller 6-7 digit communities, which sometimes have quite a huge number of people in them, which is so that was one. For example, back in the days, few years ago, it was the KD csapat. They were like purebred 6 and 7 digit players. They didn't really know anything about the game, like the wider global community, and nothing really. But they had a fairly active Oath community. They had like weekly multiplayers that they were streaming, and active Discord and all that. it was very wild, and we actually discovered them, like some of the top Hungarian players, like not global top Hungarian players, but top in terms of Hungary, and we just tried to participate in them, and it was really funny that some 4-digit players, how godly they seemed compared to these 6 and 7-digit players, and it was really fun. It was kind of cringe, but that was also the charm. So yeah, they have more fun than I do, of course. That's their charm. They're so innocent. It's lovely. What are we talking about right now? It's the Hungary Iceberg that you can see on screen. Is the screen not on? Wait, it is? Okay. I was scared for a moment. Oh yeah, I saw the tournament and the hackers showed up. Yeah, we will get there. We will get there. Alejo sniping event. So this was kind of a response to the H-Week sniping event that Adam Kuz and some of the other top players did. But we wanted to have our own thing, so we just grabbed one of the guys who was really good for a while and just quit. And well, we will see some other entries with this guy, and we just collected all his scores into an Excel sheet and started sniping him. I don't think we have all of his scores because some of them are really difficult, and some of them are like DD hidden SS scores. I'm guessing I won't have any clue what anything will be. That's the explanation, man. What do you think the charm of this stream going to be for non-Hungarians? I'm literally explaining everything to someone who is an outsider. Like, all context is given. So chill. Stay, grab a drink, and enjoy the stream. So anyway, that's the Alejo sniping event thing. It's on eMuse Discord, which is like another entry in the layers. I don't think it's in. But yeah. Minden. Oh, how can I even explain this? Oh yeah, they seem to have no first places. That's true. We are sniping the country rankings because Hungary is a small country, so even our best players won't have many top 1 scores. So we are sniping his rank 1 country scores. I forgot to add that. Minden. Yeah, we can see some Minden in the chat. It's basically a dog whistle, I guess you can call that, because, well, after you say Minden, which means all, you usually say some pretty outrageous and very offensive stuff that wouldn't fly on platforms such as YouTube and Twitch. And the funny thing about it is, because this is a whistle, dog whistle, it wouldn't exist if these restrictions wouldn't be, if the edginess wouldn't make it funny. So minden, it's like you have to affect it, so it's powerful. Is kind of a code word for something ominous. We probably could add a lot more to the iceberg, but I think we thought that this was enough for now. Euphoric on ranked map backgrounds. Okay, so Euphoric is this guy. It's one of the Hungarian players, face edited slightly, and it's kind of a meme. And Emu, the mapper guy, the 5-star honesty guy, hides this guy in his backgrounds. Like if you look at Sidetrack Days, no, the Booga Booga. In the Booga Booga, he is driving the train in honesty. He's like, don't tell us. Okay. Snitch. Well, what did you expect? We are explaining it. Okay, I guess if I make a video out of this is not going to be explained fully. It's going to be. We have to give them some clues. Okay, we have to give them some clues. Verto ranked mapper. Okay, so basically, you know, you don't see my maps in ranked section all that often, and you don't really see my maps all that much anyway, because you know I don't map all that often. And whenever there is like a mapping discussion in the Hungarian discords, and I give my opinion, some people just like to blast me that you don't even map. Well, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, yeah, but I have more ranked maps than you, because I actually do have a ranked map. And wow, that ranked map. That ranked map should be another entry in this, but that's not Hungary related. If I had an iceberg of my own, it would be in it. So if you go to my maps, ranked maps discussion page, you can find some pretty tasty drama there, which resulted in a rule change or guideline change in the Taiko ranking criteria actually. So yeah, quite a history. Can I even say this? Therapist. So the therapist is actually an OS player in Hungary. He's not high ranked or anything. He's not participating in the community. It's just his name. It's literally therapist, like this, with the space. And it's been he hasn't been silenced. He hasn't been dealt with for years. I even posted his profile in the Twitter, you know, my gimmick account, the wild OS Twitter thing. So yeah, it's quite interesting that he's still active. He's still going strong. So yeah, we talk euphoric. So we are not going to repeat ourselves, but it's basically a guy from OS. The McDonald's OWC. The McDonald's OWC incident. All right. Mr. Internet said goodbye for a minute. Really? What is it? I don't see. It's excellent condition. Anyway. Did I miss the Dudgum store and Nightcore naps? No. Although I might not be able to explain it fully, because that's not my lore. I wasn't participating in that lore. So the McDonald's OWC incident is basically our first OWC appearance since 2011. So it was in 2017, I think, when we finally made it to OWC. And well, we will have a different OWC entry that will explain some of it. But basically, we really wanted to try going to OWC since 2013 or 2014, but that was some unnatural forces always kept us from achieving this goal. A few of us can help it. Yeah. The dude go copy pasta. Yeah. So basically, we were only. So it was like some of the older community members who joined in 2012, 2013, or even later. We were always like just a tiny little bit away from actually participating in the OWC. And in 2017, we finally managed to get there. And the tragic thing was that our two top players worked at McDonald's at the time, and we were all hyped. Oh my god, Hungary is going on. We are going on the OWC. How interesting it's going to be. And these two motherfuckers, the McDonald's guys, they just said a week before our match that, oh, by the way, we can't make it because we are flipping burgers for what, like $2-3 a month. $2 or $3 an hour. And well, they had a month to actually, make that weekend free, but they didn't. Oh yeah, it was they were flipping fucking burgers on a weekend when the OWC was going on, and it was a really big letdown. I remember. I remember that I was quite upset since I was a captain, and I was pretty harsh, but I think I was justified because you don't just let down your teammates like that, especially since it was hyped for so long. I mean, Hungary, we probably wouldn't make it out of the group stage, but still it was something that we really hyped. I even made a full opening from the My Hero Academia opening. I did the faces, I did the old style thing. I didn't even care that it was copyrighted. I uploaded it into a different platform, and well, and then this became a meme that the McDonald's, would they have to go to the McDonald's, so well, they don't even play anymore. We will have some entries with these guys. Were they working in the same McDonald's? No, I don't think so. They especially wrote themselves in. I'm pretty sure because they said something about how they decide when they work. Oh yeah, like that was part of why I was so furious, because they had the time. They could even exchange their shifts well ahead, but they just didn't. They barely even cared. So that callousness, I just couldn't take it. I'm really sensitive to things like this when you let other people down. But anyway, let's move on. ZXQY. This I wanted to put this deeper because it sounds so ominous. This is like a code word for some secret deep shit, but it's actually nothing. No deep. Nothing. It's just basically that there are a lot of new Hungarian players that has Z, X, Q, and Y in their name. So Zioxis, Zexilian, Ziloxin. so these that is a couple more, but it was so funny because we just kept discovering Hungarian players with these letters in their names, and there was some global players that also had this, and it's like a global conspiracy now that oh man, it's something. The hive mind, they're here. But anyway, that's also part of the iceberg. Durgum stolen Nightcore maps. Okay, so I need a little bit of help with this. So what was exactly this thing? I know that he stole some maps, but how was it actually stolen? Like, did he just actually grab some fully made maps and uploaded it in his own? Oh, that's not the bottom. This is the bottom. Exactly. Oh, it's just that. Wow. He just stole maps and edited them to higher CS. Okay, so Dargam is like a lol cow in the Hungarian host community. He's like a 6-digit. He cheated. He stole Nightcore maps, and well, he basically stole some maps, edited the CS, and he just basically uploaded it as his own. and it's very funny because he makes it so as he gaslights everyone that, oh no, these are mine actually. But you can just verify that, since you can just go to the original map and see for yourself. But it's very funny. The Curse of Hungarian Top 1. Elegen van belőletek, bazd meg, játszod a high-dive pályát 30 évesen. No, wait, this is not a bully stream, alright. We don't bully, even if he would deserve it. But anyway, the Curse of Hungarian Top 1. Well, it's basically that once you reach Hungary Top 1, you have like 1 year before you have to quit. Right? You don't have to quit, but you just quit because there's some mysterious forces that just pull you on. So there was a lot of Hungarian top players. So it's not like we had one guy who dominates the leaderboards for 5+ years. That is, I'm the only exception, says Lexion. I mean, are you actually still number 1? Because then the curse is active. You are just stronger than the rest. So it only weakened you, but it couldn't make you quit. When the accelerator in Dragon just is crippled, you're basically that. Ketamine. So basically, from what we can remember, Toshli quit like a year after he reached top 1, or maybe a little bit later, but he still lost his first place. I actually don't know, that was like very old, because Toshli was like a very old mapper. He's like a Wobble Wolf of Hungary. But after that, was Higurush, who made the streaming guide. After that, there was Rudy, and that these are like kind of 1 year differences. Then there was Squaw. He after the year he was disowned as well. Then there was Alaho. Then the Alaho is quit as well. Then there was Lexion. Then Lexion quit as well. Then there's Galtis, and well, it's time is ticking. The time is almost there. The 1 year. So who knows who is going to be the next one? Of course, the Curse of Hungarian Top 1 doesn't affect the minigames. So, for example, I have been holding the Taiko Hungarian Top 1 place for... How long has it been? I think I got it in 2014. So 6 years, I guess. What's up with Alejo nowadays? Well, of course he disappeared from the community because, after the McDonald's OWC incident, he was kind of bullied out of it. So yeah, the Danganronpa streams. Well, it's nothing really. That was like a subsection of the Hungarian community, a circle jerk, if you may, that had some Danganronpa streams with Judgment spearheading the operation, and we actually played through from 1 to 3, and even the other one, the Dispatch Children, I think. It was really, really fun. Like, Danganronpa is not a game that, our we would be into, I guess. Since after that, those streams, we actually got some YouTube recommendations. So the DeepA AI just recognized we played, and the Danganronpa community, I guess, is very far removed from. Yeah, it's much more role player. Well, yeah, let's not get into the role played Danganronpa things. That should be in the deep. But anyway, it was just some fun streams on one of the Discords. Will this stream be archived? Let me see. Oh, well, I guess I have 88 viewers right now, so I guess that is the people are curious about this. So I guess I will make it unlisted, but I will also make a video out of this. So I will edit out the fluff, and I will edit out, you know, the kind of like the part where I'm barely even managing to get words out, so it's more digestible. But anyway, yes, this is going to be archived in a way, one way or another. So yeah, the Danganronpa streams were just fun streams of Danganronpa playthrough. Don't private. Yeah, I will unlist it. It's fine. Durgum stolen. Oh no, we already went through this. I'm Pepega. Sorry. I'm missing you. You kill your router. Oh, you actually watched that several times. Yeah, sorry about it. I'm just very afraid of the algorithm seeing, you know, an hour-long video and people only watching on average like 3 minutes and thinking that my channel is dead. So yeah, 5-digit relax hackers on a Hungary knows tournament. Hot, you mean? Yes, so Hungary knows tournament is like a yearly thing where it's basically a Hungary knows tournament. There's not really any deeper lore in that, but you know how it is. Even OWC has some cheaters in it, and in the past couple of years there was a big uptake in cheaters in tournaments, the tournament cheaters, and well, even a small country's tournament is not safe from this, except for only the lower brackets were affected. So 5-digit relax hackers was like, that was like 5, I don't know how much, but there were multiple people who were caught relax hacking on the Hungarian Host tournament. And well, these are not really professional hackers or anything, so they were fairly easy to catch. But it was like a shitfest, like it was crazy. Old Hungary, #Hungarian chat logs. So there was a site even before I don't know how it starts with an Al, but there was a chat log site that went down recently, and even that site could only go back to like 2014, and before that there was another site that tracked this that's also gone for like more than 5 years now. And I remember always ego checking my name in the Hungarian chat log when I was active in that. Yeah, I know I have a problem. And it was really funny, you know. Next day I just come in and like, yo, you were shit talking about me last day? Huh? What was about it? Huh? But that's not the interesting part. The interesting part is that some of the older members of the OS community, most of them are not even active anymore, had some pretty interesting conversation in #Hungarian. Let's just say that I wouldn't want any of that to get leaked now. You don't have to, it's not criminal shit, don't worry about that. So Verto is not part of any criminal activities. He didn't groom anyone, and neither other Hungarian players, as far as I know. It was just absolute cringe fest. Not even the 2014 ones, like even the before ones, like when even I didn't exist. Like there was some old people who really just grew up in their teenage years in #Hungarian, and that's some prime, you know, aged wine cringe material. Those times were fun, but it was cringe. Exactly. They were really fun. I really look back on those times, 2014 and such, really fondly. It was such a period. God damn it. Bring back Henny Slap moderation. Yeah, that should deserve its own entry. I guess it is. I guess it deserves it. So Henny Slap basically was that, you know, there was a GMT who, well, there was a one GMT at the time, was kind of reformed because she didn't, before she was GMT, she had some interesting conversations as well, but we don't talk about it. But after she became GMT, she every time there was some perverted stuff in the chat or stuff, she just you know, Henny slapped. She that was her name. The people, and then after that, they became silenced because she had that power. So basically, that's it. Italian chat rates. Oh, god damn it, those are also the good times. So back then, there was some Italian players we the Hungarians were kind of friendly with. You know, it was a cultural like change. So, you know, me, DT Sama, some of the older Hungarian players are like Rudy, and the other Italian players like DGO, Wonder, and all that. We were kind of raiding each other's hashtag, the Hungarian hashtag Italian. We were kind of raiding each other's chat from time to time. Sometimes we went to the Italian chat and spammed like Mamma Mia and all the Italiano memes and tried to speak in Italian. I remember there was one time when I asked DT someone to translate everything I say into Italian, and people I talked in Italian just for the straight like half an hour. And there was one time when we, well, can I even say this? I don't think we can be retroactively banned or silenced for this. We spammed, you know, Unicode stuff when there was no moderation on chat for the straight hour in the Italian chat. And sometimes they came to the Hungarian chat and started talking, and even the bigger moderators, not just the Hungarian specific moderators, came into the chat and forced us, you know, even talk to us. Stop doing this. Why are you so? Why are you like this? Don't you feel any shame? Are you like a bunch of kids? Good times. Terrorizing the GMT back then. Oh, the memories. What about the Romanian Hungary Discord rates? Well, I guess they exist, but they cannot really reach the extent of the Italian chat rates to both ends. So yeah, that was the euphoric tier. And now the tornado tier. Tornado was basically just something that we spammed, that Martin should map Tornado, because that was a map that he didn't map. That was like Tornado, the name. And we bullied that Ratineo with mapping Tornado. So Rick Ripple scores. Rick, do you want to talk about this? Do you want to talk about your Ripple scores? Still waiting for the map. It's like his version of OWC City 3. Can I post a link? Yeah, sure. I'll just turn off the display capture so I wouldn't get Monka TOS. Is there sound off on? Do I have to pick this up? Okay, Rick, go on. Pop-off King. What I remember is that he had some pretty nutty easy DT scores or what, or easy hidden scores, and he's not a raiding player, let's just say that. Let's just hint at the nature of those scores. Can you find the clip? Easy DT, okay. Anyway, maybe we will watch later. So basically that's Rick's Ripple scores. He went on Ripple and made some Pretty good, easy DT squads. It's in the chat. Oh no, you can look at the chat. Oh, it's probably in Discord. Is it in Discord? Oh, what? Deleted? No way. Wait, let me check the Discord. People probably send me the Discord link. Yeah. Oh god damn. I have to I have to listen to this first to see if there is any. Okay, no N-word bombs, so we can play this. Okay, so basically Rick Ripple squads can be summarized in this clip. He's just clapping, you know. Casual stuff when you have seen something this difficult. He sure can. Oh, that is... Okay, so basically that's it. Oh no, sound. God damn it. Fuck. Alright, sorry about it. Okay, be careful. It's going to be loud. I will just... Yeah. He's just clapping, dude. He's just clapping. He's a very good player. He can do that. And screaming as well. He's a very entertaining streamer. You have to give it to him. Nagyon sokat. Yeah, sure. Osusallamod. Well, kind of. Still no sound. Good. Okay. Just a second. Troubleshooting. Hello there. What seems to be the problem? Oh yeah, the other time I had a technical difficulty in work, and that was an actual Indian guy who's team shared my computer and just fixed my problem. He was amazing. Loved it. Indians, amazing tech guys. Is the audio linked to your headset? Yeah, probably. Probably that's going to be the problem. Device not connected. Yeah, let's just disable it. Yeah, no, yeah. Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
Holy shit!
He's clapping. He's having the time of his life. The prodigy of Hungary, the reading prodigy.
Bocs, hogy tudok úgy játszani, hogy közben visítok, tudod.
He's cooling all the meanwhile. I hope.
Nem játszottak ezt a szart. Nagyon sokat, ez már...
Atya, 10%-kal. That unbridled scream. Only Rick. The video, goddammit. Okay, dude. Semmit nem ittam, full józan vagyok, lehet, hogy ez a baj. Okay, I think I know what the problem. I haven't drank. I haven't hydrated myself now. So let's just do that. Shall we hydrate ourselves? Of course we should hydrate ourselves. This is water, by the way. Very tasty water. Oh! Wait. Let me just smell test it. Oh, dude! This is not 40%. I mean, humidity or, you know, wetness of water. It's very spicy water. Indeed. 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 Jesus Christ, I'm weak. Okay. Well, since I'm going to just take this time to take a toilet break. Right. Oh no, I pissed away all my hydration. What are we gonna do now? Flush puggers. Oh, you can hear the flush. Oh, sorry about it. Verto flush. That's also in here now. Verto flush. Verto toilet flush. That's also in the Iceberg. Thank you. Oh, you haven't seen it. Okay, I'll write it again. So Verto flush is also in the Iceberg now. When do we pop in that SIGINT cover 2011? Hell yeah! Did you wash your hands? Of course I washed my hands. Of course I washed my hands. Didn't you hear that? I have my own soap. Did I just say I have my own soap? Wow. Cheers to that. Woohoo! What was it, Danganronpa stream? Well, it was just some Danganronpa play-alongs. Nothing really exciting. So anyway, Verto's soap. Oh well. Yeah. It's a special soap that you, when you wash your hands, you can stream 200 BPM, 300 BPM, 400 BPM, anything you want. Where were we? Where would actually be? Oh yes, the Rick! Fucking Rick! Okay, we have this, we have video, we have sound, yes, yes!
Holy shit!
That voice, that scream. He's clapping. Look, he's clapping while he's playing. This amazing. He's a very good player.
Tudok úgy játszani, hogy közben visítok, tudod. Holy shit.
Holy shit, indeed.
Mennyit játszottad ezt a szart? Nagyon sokat, ez már...
Nagyon sokat játszotta. Okay, did it work? Did it work? Thank you. He needs to put something in the video as well. What do you mean? Put video on sound. Finally! We did it, boys! We did it, boys! Now, so that was Rick's Ripple score. I think this was the longest entry so far. After 6 tries. Okay, Chusa boost. There was a guy who was like a top Hungarian player, high accuracy player, one trick, uh, and basically he just accepted money for boosting, but he got banned for it. But he was like, yeah, but I got the money. And you know, since Oath is Oath, he was unbanned as well, like a year after. And well, he got paid for it, so. But basically, that's it. The guy just boosted other people who paid for him. And you know, it was very easy to find out because, okay, the actual reason we managed to find out and report it to the staff. Well, I think he was boasting about it in the chat, but you know, that wasn't enough. But he had a particular hand move whenever he started the game. And we started noticing some, how should I say, aspiring players who had the very same hand movement every single of their top plays. And, well, that was it. Now, some of the replays just absolutely busted some of Hungarians' less than honest players. What does the hand move look like? Oh, it's just, can you see my cursor? It's just basically going like this. Whenever there's like a break or at the beginning, he's just going on top corner, one of the top corners of the screen. I don't know who noticed it, but I was quality detective work. The going up method. I do that as well. Oh, really? Oh, really? You do that as well? There you go. All right. Loktav gatekept Hungary from OWC. So that was like a conspiracy that Loktav didn't really like us. Like, there was a drama about my map. But no, that was actually not it. I had a drama with Loktav, but it wasn't my map. Since he actually was on my side on that drama. I need to think. I need to activate neurons. But basically, each year we couldn't make it the OWC for some reason, and there was always some sort of excuse, like some people not achieving enough PP. Some there was a lot of drama with Loktav, so it would be, of course, you wouldn't remember all of them, but I know that was one year when we didn't reach enough PP, when we apparently should have, but maybe one of the players didn't register properly. And I remember in Taiko World Cup we actually fought so hard because there were 18 teams, and look, I was like, oh, but it's easier to organize a tournament with 16 players. So the 2 players who wanted to come just didn't come, and we actually made it so we could come as well on Taiko World Cup. And of course we just failed, like on the first group stage, 0 wins. Supposedly there was another one where we supposedly missed the deadline or something when we actually didn't. Oh yeah, that too. Like we registered, we handed in our team, and we got told that we missed the deadline when we actually didn't. So that's why a lot of drama around Loktav and our OWC rejection, and that's why there was a conspiracy that Loktav gatekept Hungary from OWC, like actively. Whether it's true or not, well, who knows? Who knows? Bo's suicide. Okay, out of context, that's going to sound terrible. But Bo is, some of you may know him as Gabor. Some of you may know him with a different name. He had a lot of names. We will get there because he has multiple entries. But basically, he's like a lol cow of the Hungarian post community. He had some pretty outrageous stuff. And one of them was his, faked suicide. And well, he was always back, and he was always back his antics. Epiphany scammed him. Oh boy, now that's something that's not going to go into the video. Yeah, maybe Bo's suicide is here, but he has some other entries down the line. This is fairly recent. Oh, you mean the second suicide? We will get there. So basically, that's why it's not up there. It's just in the fourth player. Yeah. We will get back. Don't worry about it. Verto spawns the picture on the official forum. Okay, so can I skip this? No, I probably wouldn't be able to skip this. So back in 2014, 15, I guess. I remember when we supposedly fly the same plane to the Japan, but he died. But actually, I find it out his life. Yeah, he died a couple of times. But anyway, so back in 2014 and 15, there was an active OS forum when you posted your own pictures there, face reveals for all players. There was it wasn't about, famous people, it was just random people posting their pictures. And back then, I wasn't really a YouTuber either, so it was just a random thought. Maybe I should get my then girlfriend's underwear, light blue, and put it on my head, take a picture and post it on that as a real life, face reveal. And somewhere in the digital space, in the Wayback Machine, that picture might exist. But I hope that's going to be buried deep in history. And the real interesting thing, that the only person who replied to my picture was Delua. Nobody else, everybody else basically just ignored it, even though it was the most fucking outrageous thing in the whole thread. But he noticed. Senpai, God bless. God bless, dude. So yeah, that's the story behind it. Alejo death threats. So it wasn't Alejo who made the death threats, but he was kind of threatened by one of the lower ranked players who was active in Hungary, the hashtag Hungary at that time. So the guy was kind of, spamming his scores in the chat. He was like 6 or 5 digit. Wasn't really all that impressive anyway. And he was trying to get Alejo's attention since he was the rank 1, I guess. And Alejo just, told him that he sucked basically, but not this blunt way. He was actually quite modest with how he said it. And then this guy, this 5-6 digit guy, he just said that, come to this anime con and I'll fucking beat your ass. I'll fucking kill you, man. I'll fucking break your arm. Just come. And then that was it basically. He just made some public threats against Alejo, because Alejo dared to say that his scores aren't that impressive. Oh boy. Of course nothing came out of it. Alejo even went to the con and with some of the other host players, and he said that Oh, you weren't on the anime con. Where were you? I thought you were going to beat me or some shit. Dude, I'm down to find someone on Mondocon. Mondocon Fight Club. Let's fucking go. Can't wait to beat all those fucking Nordic cosplayers. I'm going to just work out just for the sole purpose of beating cosplayers in Mondocon. Next, lost photos of the first meetup. So the first meetup was around 2014. We, organized the meetup in #Hungarian. Back then there was no Discord or anything. There was the Facebook group thing, and we actually, had a fairly tight-knit community back in the days. So we organized a meetup. There was a lot of pictures. For a while, the Oz Hungarian Facebook group had this header, one of the pictures made in this first meetup. There was like 20 or 30 people. Very nice. It was very nice. But I don't think I could find those photos. Like, those are kind of lost media. Maybe some people have it from the old people, but it's something that would be pretty difficult to reproduce. Just pull out of somewhere. Maybe you can find it if you go down in the Hungarian Oz Facebook group far enough, but otherwise it's lost media. Legecko and Alejo account suicide. So after the McDonald's OWC incident, a couple of months after that, Legecko and Alejo didn't have the best community standing, and they kind of lost interest as well because of this. And they basically went, this was so Alejo went over to Legecko, and they just went to their own accounts, cheated the game score with the same, stuff, and because they didn't want to have an account anymore. And everyone thought that they got hacked, actually, because they weren't the best standing in the community. So there were some people who might have wanted to hack them and ban their accounts, but turns out they just account suicided. So that's it, basically. They are now unbanned, but yeah, even Lexion thought that. Even I thought that. And even the people who were like the closest to them, like who talk to them every day, thought that this is just a hacker, but apparently it wasn't. Next layer. The cringe peak layer. So cringe peak is just a cringe peak. It's a Discord meme in the Hungarian, some Hungarian Oz Discords, and it's woke because it's like, starting to come to the bottom of the iceberg. So redacted, we had some entries in here, not just here, but a couple of entries here in the iceberg that we removed for public before posting it in the public. So there is a version of this iceberg which is has more entries, let's just say that. But I felt that some of those entries were kind of in bad taste, I guess. So and it would open up some speculations that might be just but it would be just untrue. Some of them were just very, very conspirational, and very personal. So I thought I would remove some of that. We would remove some of that, but that's also the charm that there exists a version with more entries than this. So yeah. Rohulk is part Hungarian. So Rohulk's father, you know, when the Rohulk drama was going on, Rohulk was doxxed, basically. Like, completely doxxed. Shut the fuck up, Rick. I'll have to edit that out. Stop giving me more work. So Rohulk was doxxed in the drama. And it turns out that we got his father's name, even his name, his father's name, everything, and it was a very Hungarian sounding name. But I believe it was only his father that is Hungarian. But it is public info. I guess if you count it, Facebook is public info. But anyway, reported stream. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go there. So Rohulk is part Hungarian. That we kind of know this from the docs information. I mean, when you donated to his PayPal, it literally stated his real name. Sure, but let's not make it like... Let's not do that. So basically that's the lore. But Rohulk, I don't believe he speaks Hungarian. I don't think he has any connection to the Hungarian community. He just has some Hungarian parents, grandparents perhaps, you know, lineage, which is not really very surprising because, you know, he lives in a city that is very close to Hungary and was part of Hungary 100 years ago. So it's not, and it still has some Hungarian population. So it's very likely that he might be part Hungarian and a lot of people in that region. Oh well, I probably have to edit some of this out because I don't want fucking nationalist turf wars in my comment section. Fucking Romanians and Hungarians clashing about the rightful clay. But anyway, Fartratad. Can I say that? So, Fart Robert. I actually made a video about this guy. It was about a year-long saga about my roommate in dormitory. If you are curious about this guy, just watch the video. It's probably up there if you are watching from the video. But basically, Fart Robert was a very interesting individual. He was missing an arm and a leg, I guess, partly. But he was a very normal guy in terms. I wouldn't say he was normal. Everything he did was not normal. So he did some random screams at random moments. Sometimes he liked to cook for himself, and he usually put in a communal the same trash bin, the trash as mine, and this trash would infest with maggots because he wouldn't take the trash down. Yeah, he was missing a leg and an arm, but he was capable of walking and taking out the trash. So it wasn't about that. He was just too fucking lazy. But I always told stories on Discord about this guy. I so often raged about him because he had the strangest habits. Sometimes he went to work out because he was like an Olympian. Sometimes he went to work out at like 6 a.m. when I was sound asleep, you know. Most of my classes were afternoon. And whenever he woke up, he just, you know, draw the curtains of the windows. It was completely dark, so there was no fucking reason to do that. And, you know, he got ready. He went out. It's still fucking dark outside. But not for long. Because in a couple of hours, while he was already away, the sun came up. And I woke up and I'm like, what the fuck is this? it's not 11 o'clock yet. It's not 11 a.m. yet. I don't have to wake up yet. Why is it so bright? Oh yes, because fucking Fart Robot just drew the cartons again. But anyway, it was kind of a traumatic experience to live with him. If you are curious about more, just watch the video I made about him. It didn't do really well, which is not a problem. I guess it was a therapeutic video for me to vent all my frustration about him and to immortalize the shit that he did. Sorry about the table slam. Geometry Gamer. Okay, this might be a little bit too far down, but Geometry Gamer is a name of one of our top players. He is reformed now. He's not that much of a zoomer. His name is Lexion. So, and he's not like he doesn't hate his past all that much. So it's just basically this is just Lexion's old name. And it's funny that a guy with such a name became one of the top players in Hungary. Oslo, so intricate. And it's just one of the countries, one of the sub-communities. Lord. Sziasztok, Bence vagyok. Wait, my voice is too deep for this. Bustavla. Okay, I actually don't know anything about this. Like, it's a meme among some of the other players. But there was a guy in the Hungarian community who was bullied because, well, he wasn't bullied. He was just always memed that Bustavla, which means bus stop sign, or bus sign. Miért van odaírva, hogy puncik? You will see in time. I need to more know about Bustavla. János, ha már nincs Bustavla, és nem tud eljönni meetupra. Okay, so insider information, the Bustavla is basically, that was a guy who lived in a rural town, and there was no bus sign in the town, and that's why he couldn't come to the meetup. Basically, that's it. And he was memed about this because this is just absolutely ridiculous. And there is, as you can see on the chat, there is a bus stop sign in that town. It was just a very interesting claim that he made. Now, coaching made 90% of Hungary's top. Let me start over. Coaching made 90% of Hungary's potential top players quit before they hit 3-digit. Okay, I guess I'm kind of guilty in this. There was some aspiring top players back in the day who had some really good potential, and some people, including myself, mostly me actually, were like, scouting these talents. Like, I'm gonna make him the fucking cookies of Hungary. Let's fucking go. But whenever I did that, like coached the person, like coaching kind of meant that I always try to give them maps that were outside of their comfort zone. Like if the guy was really good at no mode, I would give him stuff that he was bad at. Like if he was good at high BPM, high AR, I would give them reading maps and so on. And basically that made a lot of players quit before that time because they felt shitty about it. So one of them said that they felt so shit that they are so bad actually when they thought that they are so good. Of course they were very talented in the things that they were good at, but realizing that they had so much gaps in their skill made them sad. They didn't like that. And Oz is kind of this positive dopamine loop. That's why you keep playing. But if you don't get the positive dopamine, then why would you play? And basically that was it. Yeah. Engem nem kulcsoltál, csak azt mondtam, feltörekvő játékos vagyok, hogy mi. I guess you were too late for my coaching sessions. It was back in 2016-17, I guess. In other words, verto psychologically abused upcoming players. Kind of. But that was not my intention. I just wanted the best for them. I just wanted to make them good. I just wanted to make them successful. Oh yeah, and I remember even some of the top players who actually made it to the top 100. I told them, "Oh, dude, you gotta stream. This is like you can make this into something like a career." Well, career in very big quotes, because Hungary is a poor country. Even if you get like $200 a month, you would probably earn that much in fucking McDonald's that they were working at. Anyway, where were we? Next. Oh, hey, that's me. This is just a deep fried face of mine. Nothing. No load. Nothing. Well, the load is that I was like... oh. Which can be taken in some ways. Let's just say that. We appreciate your effort. Thank you, Darno. I guess. OWC 2011 would have been won by Hungary if Kudaimato had not smoked. So Kudaimato was a loose cannon, let's just say that. He was a good player, especially at his time. But he was just an absolute loose cannon. And in 2011 we were against Japan, and the guy just rage quitted. He just went and stood up, went for the smoke while the OWC match was going on. And Higurush was the only one playing against 3 Japanese players when Kuroimato just stood up and just left. And there was a screenshot about it, an infamous screenshot. So that's... And Higurush was actually holding his ground against the Japanese players. But of course, since we were missing a player, we couldn't make it. That's why I think the issue was that he didn't assess the map, so he just went out for a smoke. Got fucking... So it wasn't even like that they were losing and they were just in a very bad position, or that he was missing in random places. He just didn't assess the map, so he just went for the smoke because obviously that's what you're gonna do in an OWC match. And Higurush, the other guy who was, I think, top 1 at the time, he just tried to hold it alone against all odds. Still proud of Higurush for that 1v3. Yes, that takes guts to go up against the impossible, Japan no less, and just take the L like a fucking champ. You can take an L like a champ sometimes. Can't even be mad. Yeah, so that guy was a loose cannon. Like he had a lot of potential in him, but his attitude was just so bad that nothing came out of it. Arzénos víz. So arzénos víz in Hungarian means arsenic water, water with arsenic. It's a meme among some of the Hungarian players who live in a town where there's a lot of drinkable wells. So there's like some wells around the city that give kind of like a spring water. And recently, in a few years ago, the government, signed these wells that apparently their arsenic levels are above the legal limit, so it's not recommended to use it as a drinking water. Of course, the boomers don't care, and I don't care either. Well, I care. I don't drink that anymore that much. But whenever I'm Sonok, I just got to have that arsenic water sometimes, because the taste, it's my fucking childhood, man. Don't take away my taste. We drink Coke and all that. For God's sake, how bad some arsenic could be. But anyway, basically that's the theory, that a lot of players came from that small town. And it must be the arsenic water made some of us autistic, and that made us gravitate towards this game. And well, yeah. Will you play OS in this stream? Not likely. Not likely. Punzik. So that was a very old thing. That was a Hungarian guy whose name was Struner, who was another loose cannon, but it was more about his chat shenanigans. Punzik means vaginas, basically. It's just straight up, like, not even vaginas, like pussies. Yeah, I guess you can translate it to pussies. And this guy would go online, say this, like pussies. That was his way of greeting the chat, saying hi, and he would be silenced by our dear moderator, who would henny slap the person into silence. And this guy would just get silenced all the time. Like every 2 weeks, he would say something in 3 lines and just get silenced again. He was that kind of guy. But anyway, he's like a very old player. He's not active anymore. I don't even know what's up with him. He was also missing an eye. Like, what the heck? I'm not even on the graph. Well, you didn't have too much outrageous stuff that could get here. But I guess your streaming technique could deserve a spot here. Rikiké mennyire aludni. So Rick is a player. He's a top 50 Hungarian in the Hungarian rankings, and fairly active in the community as well. And sometimes on the voice chat, his mother would barge into his room and be like, "Rick, go to sleep." But of course, the sound, the sublime phrase was, "Rikiké, menjél aludni?" And the same tone, the same speed, the same phrase every single night. And it was very funny because he didn't go to sleep, obviously. And it was very funny. It's still. How's your mom, by the way, Rick? Is she alright? But anyway, DS3D's Time Freeze FC. So the guy was like a big shit poster, big lol cow, fucking idiot, and he decided it's time to quit, time to destroy account, and he just basically full modded Time Freeze. Or was it just no mod? Anyhow, he just, did the classic cheat on Time Freeze. And after that it was memed, kind of. That he was the only Hungarian player who FC'd Time Freeze. It was hidden, alright. So it was a hidden Time Freeze FC. So yeah, basically that's it. Nothing very too exciting. It was just everyone was happy about him being gone, basically. Most people. So it was a nice event. Anyhow. The upsides down smiley. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, that was a big one. So that was a guy who I was in pretty good terms with. And a lot of people were in the community. And suddenly he started making very good scores. And everyone believed him because it was barely believable until a point, of course. And after a while, he kind of cheated. It was kind of obvious that he cheated, but some people like myself didn't really some people was, yeah, but why would he cheat? Like he didn't tell some of his friends that he cheated, so it's very interesting. But one day he just blue is covered by someone noticed that there was an upside down smiley in one of his replays in the Baby Metal map, and this code was kind of familiar. This kind of smiley was kind of familiar to your person, which was Neliel, not Nalian, Neliel. So Neliel was a top player, German I think, who almost FC'd this map. He had a 1 miss hard rock play, and the guy took this hard rock play, turned it into a no mod play, replay submitted in a no mod, and basically that's how he was caught. And that was a long witch hunt before he was actually caught. But after he was caught, a lot of players just got disappointed because they thought he was legit, like Hungary's new star, and some people trusted even him, and it was just very sad. The strawberry jam method. Oh, some of the older ones may remember this. It was just a simple chat conversation back in #Hungarian, but it was so fucking outrageous that some of us still remember it to this day. So that was a guy who said that he smears strawberry jam to his mouse to help him to help the mouse glide better, more smoothly. And everyone would thought was that this is like just a joke. It's very funny. It's a nice joke. Very funny. We laugh. But apparently it wasn't a joke, and he got offended that he joked so much about it. Like we kept bringing this up in the chat, that he would strawberry jam his mouse. That's whenever he posted a score. Was it with this strawberry jam? And after a couple of times, he was like mad about it. Like, stop bringing this up. Come on, stop bringing this up already. Like stop it. Like, and yeah, that's when the strawberry jam method was born, because it wasn't a joke. He did it. But yeah, good shit. Now, let's go to the final two. Oh boy, we have so many. So many here. That's from this point on, not everything is true. Like this. Okay, maybe I shouldn't tell that. It kind of blows the allure. Unsubmitted Nazi tech maps. Starting strong, I guess. So some mappers, some players, some Hungarian members of the community have some unsubmitted maps that feature, let's just say, kind of imagery and song choice that is reminiscent of a time when certain mustached guy was in power in a certain country. Oh, and pattern choice as well. Let's not forget about it. The pattern choice either. So if you dig deep enough, you might be able to find these unsubmitted forbidden maps. Closet trans players. I mean, I don't think this is like a Hungarian specific one. It's just, Hungary is a very hostile place to trans people, I guess. And some people wouldn't dare to come out. Basically, that's it. Nothing really deeper than that. Verto docs stream. Oh boy. Okay, so that was a time when I doxed myself on stream. Um, I was living in a not home actually. I was living in a, I rented a flat, and I had a pretty nice stream. Maybe a couple of beers, wines, and and my landlord just called me that, hey, by the way, you just came here, right? So let's talk about business. And I let her in, and I didn't mute the stream. So she was asking stuff like a mobile phone number, where I live, what's my, address on my ID, and all that. And I was just, telling her all that because it's business. But the stream was still on, so I pretty much doxed myself. Yeah, my father's phone number. Apparently nobody called him, luckily. But yeah, basically I doxed myself on stream. That was a thing. Kazuya is a homosexual. Well, Kazuya is a mapper guy, He's an outrageous person as well. Sometimes funny, sometimes annoying. But sometimes he really likes to talk about women. He really likes to talk about going to the sun. And, people who really like talking about their love for women might be closet homosexuals. And that's the iceberg theory. But this is unconfirmed and probably not true. Or is it? Tomika and Petika. They are... how should I say that? They are, let's just say, accounts which are... Well, they are interesting accounts. Let's leave it at that. Bo's second suicide. Let's go to the more interesting ones. Bo's second suicide. So we had the first suicide here, and the second suicide. This is like conspiratorial. Basically, this Bo Gabor, he had multiple fake suicide attempts, and the second one got more attention, I think. It was even posted on Reddit. But of course, he came back as usual, which will tie into this back from the dead mode meme. Oh boy, okay. But basically, that's it. I'm just thinking whether I can leave suicide attempts, talking about suicide attempts in this, because even like the YouTube, even if the person didn't kill themselves and it was just for attention, it's even the consensus is that don't be fucking rude to them, don't bully, because then they might do it actually. And well, if I make this into a video, I might have to take this out, because this is very dangerous waters. Very dangerous waters. Emu's true identity. Do not search. Well, Emu is, the mapper guy, the finger control guy. We never saw his face. Like, only a handful of people know his true identity. Even the people who knew him for like 5+ years don't know his true identity, his true face. And well, that's basically it. And you mustn't search for this, because what you find might make you regret not even searching for it, but even being born. Next one. The last layer. The Rick deep fried woved galaxied entry. Now this is some real shit. This is actually going to be the hard-hitting ones. Emu is actually a bird reaction thread. Yeah, when I made the hype video, he was a bird. An emu bird. You know, I obviously couldn't edit his face onto the character, so I just used the fucking bird. But yeah, let's not talk about it, because there's a reason why I said do not search. Back from the dead mode. Okay, since we got this entry not long ago, let's just start with this one. So Bo's or Gabor's suicide attempts were at the time when you know, fake suicides, like fake suicides, were kind of common in the US community. And well, Hungarians are very melancholic people who, we have a quite high suicide rate, by the way, but we have a quite dark sense of humor, because well, Hungary is not a nice place at all, and that's why after Bo's second suicide attempt, when he came back from being dead, and he posted he came back by posting some of his scores, basically, on the O's Hungary Facebook group, and the meme was that it's back from the dead mode. It's the play is back from the dead mode, because obviously he did it from after the suicide attempt, so he's not alive anymore. He's back from the dead. So to achieve those kinds of scores, you have to get back from the dead. But basically, it's just a dark way of satirizing this kind of stuff. Not just the suicide attempt, not just a fake suicide, but also that he would come back by posting his scores. Legek and Arahu's Epiphany score was not cheated. So Epiphany was the map that they used for their account suicide that we mentioned higher. And you know, the deepest layer is that the score wasn't cheated. They were legit. The DT hidden hard rock score that they did was legit. Now, is it? Moving on. King Long 21 was legit. So King Long's journey is a tragic one. It is truly a wasted potential, because after all these times, he was legit. Emu and some other prominent members of the community went and spectated this guy, think his scores was just unreal. Maybe this was the true #1 Hungarian player. But alas, he was too good for this game. He made better and better scores each day, and many people thought that he was cheating, probably out of envy. And he posted his scores, so proud of himself. But the people, the trash Hungarian players who just couldn't cope with this guy being so good, they removed him. They removed him completely. And he is no more now. He is no more. Anyway, moving on. O's Hungarian Facebook group is a... O's Hungarian Facebook group is a pedophile ring. Okay, so... the O's Hungarian Facebook group is a piss pool of interesting individuals. Is it though? Yeah, it's a conspiracy layer. So obviously there is no confirmed cases here. But since Facebook works in a way that people who joined the Facebook group, you can see them in the members section, and of course, it is not unthinkable that some Hungarian O's players would hunt for underage children and start messaging them and start grooming them. Who knows what the truth is? Rick is an abortion survivor. So, this is just complete meme. We like to meme with Rick because he's just a character, The guy who was screaming a couple of minutes ago about the easy hidden score. The reason why he's like that is because he's an abortion survivor. That's it. It's just a joke. Sorry. Or is it? Highest PP score on a prostitute's ass. I left it last because this is the most outrageous, obviously. So it's not a forbidden knowledge because it has been posted on Reddit and a lot of people know about this. But unlike some of the other entries, this is 100% true. That was a guy, Gabor, aka Gabor, who went to a prostitute, put his laptop on the prostitute's ass while she was on 4 legs, and he recorded himself playing on said prostitute's ass, Hidomari Nota, which he double tapped. So basically, there exists a highest PP score on a prostitute's ass, and it's quite high. Isn't that a video? That is a video. That is a video. You might find it. I'm not going to link it, obviously. And, well, this was posted on Reddit. It was removed from Reddit, of course, but it was such a... People were like, is this actually real? But I can 100% for sure. It is. It is. It is true. Of course, I wasn't there, but from what we gathered information, it's like, yeah, it would be harder to fake this than to actually do this for him. So yes, there was a Hungarian player who went to a prostitute, got her on 4 legs, placed the laptop on her, and started double tapping Hidomari Nota. But don't worry, he wasn't like an asshole about it. He let the girl play some normal difficulties as well. Maybe we should include that as well. So the O's profile of the hooker whose highest prostitute's ass PP score is on was made on. So yeah, that's it. That was the lore of the Hungarian OS community. There's a lot more, obviously. There are some really, really deep forbidden knowledge before the time I even came to the community, because I joined in 2012 and I started playing actively and participating in the community in 2013. So before that, that is basically lost knowledge, because we don't have active players really anymore from that era. Oh. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. You might can expect a video coming in the upcoming days, and have a good one.